Hello viewers, it's your girl, Ruby Fangirl. Yep. So yeah, before I get started with this review, I have a little announcement. Because you know, like last week I did like the Poppy Playtime. Yeah, I'm not gonna do like the other parts until like basically right after I do like next week's video, cause I need some time like to finish editing and stuff like that. Cause keep in mind, editing video games is not really is a lot more harder compared to like doing other videos. So basically, these two videos would kind of be like some filler. So if you get what I mean. But speaking of that, I wanted to show you guys one of the coolest like Godzilla books out there, and that is the official Godzilla Cookbook. I always wanted this book for a very long time, and I'm really happy that I did. So, before we get started, like, opening up the book, can I just say, like, the texture, like, in this book is, like, really good? While this, like, part is, like, all glossy and stuff, while Godzilla has, like, this hard, like, texture. I think they made the right decision so they can make Godzilla stand out, but can I just say, like, they actually did it very creative with this cookbook, because it says it loud and clear that this is a cookbook. So, let's take a peek and see what we can cook with this thing. I'm not actually going to cook things because I don't have the ingredients, and also I'm not really a big cooker. I mean, I did take like cooking classes, but that was my senior year, so don't judge me on that. So the cookbook introduces like the person who got like the book about like Godzilla and stuff like that. I think that's actually quite interesting. So keep in mind, I'm not going to show like every single like food though, but I will show like the ones that kind of pique my interest or what I first see basically. Ooh, what's this? Godzilla Energy Boost. Nice. And it shows like the 1954 Godzilla, and is that like, I think that's Godzilla versus Mothra, or Mothra versus Godzilla. I know they always make those movies like kind of weird. Don't worry, I'll show like the poster about which one it actually is, but it's definitely like the Showa era one. Ooh, Gigan's eye. Really? I always wanted to have like Gigan's eyes, even though he doesn't really have them. He has them in his visor. I can understand why that's red. And also it does make sense because he was the very first monster to make Godzilla bleed, so yeah, sure. Ooh, look at this one! Victory Dance Twist! And it's just Godzilla doing its iconic like dance. Like Victory Dance. Look, he's actually doing it right here. Oh my god, like that's easily one of the best parts of like Invasion of Astro Monster. I swear. Ooh, look at this! The Oxygen Destroyer. Oh, perfect. I always wanted to turn myself into a skeleton while drinking the Oxygen Destroyer. Oh, don't worry. This is not like the actual Oxygen Destroyer. I just think they have like creative names for these drinks. And now let's move on to the appetizers. Ooh, Godzilla. Okay, that's actually quite funny. I do like the creativity they put in here. If I made these would not be great like at all. It would definitely not look like what is there. Ooh, Mothra's eggs. Keep in mind, I love deviled eggs. Like, it's just one of the best appetizers. So, I highly recommend trying that out. And now we move on to the entrees. Godzilla loaf. Shin Godzilla's foot. Perfect. I always wanted to have Shin Godzilla's foot, even though it would definitely be disgusting because we know that Shin Godzilla is not the prettiest looking. Oh, but speaking of Shin Godzilla, did you know that Shin Godzilla's gonna be re-released in theaters on August 14th? I am super excited for that. So, if I actually get like the chance, because I don't know if it's gonna be my actual theaters and stuff like that. I don't know which ones, but if you guys like to help me, please tell me in the comments, because I would love to see Shin Godzilla in theaters, because, well, not one of my favorite movies, but I think it's one of the most cinematic, like, movies in, like, the Godzilla franchise. I can think of, like, a few. Oh, Ibra's claw! Great, you can actually kill Ibra, great! And also, I think this right here is probably a nice homage to Godzilla mocking Ibra by basically snapping, like, his claws in the movie. I think that's actually quite funny that they made it as, like a meal. Ooh, King Ghidorah arrives. Oh, very similar to when he first debuted. Holy moly. Well, that does not look completely accurate, but honestly, that looks cool. Godzilla's spines. Yeah, you can always have one of his spines, even though it's more like pizza, but whatever. A cosmic sandwich? Yeah, this is something that, like, kids would definitely eat. So parents, if you want, like, to give, like, your kid, like, something, like, for lunch for school, I definitely recommend like using cosmic egg sandwiches, honestly. Well, it makes sense because given that the Showa era they used to be like made like for kids like during like the like Godzilla Ebra Horror of the Deep and stuff like that. So yeah, like that's like when they started to become more kid friendly. So I do understand why they gave it mainly for the kiddies. And now on to the sides. Ooh, Angira's rice balls. My man getting a food. I mean, even though that my rice would probably not look like this, because I don't like different kind of versions of rice. I'm not really a rice person, but if it's Angira's, hell yeah, I'll definitely eat rice balls. Ooh, Godzilla's tail. Oh, and it's referring to Shin Godzilla. Perfect. I just like Godzilla's, but I always wanted to eat his freaking tail, even though it does contain like disturbing images of humans if he was in his fifth form. But and I also heard that rumors that we're gonna have Shin Godzilla 2 out, so that's probably what we're gonna be seeing. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Ooh, Megalon soup. Well, even though I don't really think of this when I think of Megalon, but whatever, it's the best they could do for him. Manila smoke rings. Seriously, like, they're really giving Manila love here, I swear. Like, every kaiju is. Well, not everyone, but almost all of them. Ooh, now to desserts. I'm more of a dessert kind of person, so this is very exciting. Rodan's beak? Even though they don't look like beaks, but whatever. Exilian cookies. Well, I guess Exilians decided to be nice for once and actually give us cookies. Oh, the red bamboo cake from Ebro Horror the Deep. Holy moly. Ooh, Space Hunter Nebula Moose? Because given that guy again is from the Space Hunter Nebula, holy moly, I would definitely eat this. Ooh, Mecha Godzilla's head! Oh my god! Because, hey, you know what? Given that it is, like, Terror of Mechagodzilla's anniversary year, I thought, like, in November, I'll definitely talk about that movie. More specifically, the ones that have the year that came out in the 5. So basically, there were 4 movies. I'm deciding to celebrate, like, those movies, like, for November, for Godzilla's anniversary year, I'm gonna be doing Godzilla Raids Again, Invasion of Astro Monster, Terror of Mechagodzilla, like I said, and Godzilla vs. Destroyer. So yeah, heads up for November how I'm going to celebrate Godzilla's anniversary year by celebrating all the ones that started with the number 5 on it that came out that specific year. Even though I wish I could make Mechagodzilla's head, but honestly, I would never make a cake this perfect. It would definitely be awful. But honestly, it would be a nice reference if they actually, like, you can decapitate his head just like that happened in both movies that he debuted in the Showa era, like Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Terra Mechagodzilla. Because they're literally ended in the same way. Well, granted, this is like his head, but you know what I mean. Oh, Jet Jaguar's mud cakes. I would be happy to make the mud cakes. Because I would make, like punch, punch, punch. Yeah, this would definitely be it. Like, I would definitely love to make Jet Jaguar's, like, mud cakes. It does look like one of the easiest things, like, to make. I forgot to mention, like, in, like, each, like, section, they show us, like, which one's easy or if this is vegan. Even though that mud cakes aren't, for vegan, but I guess you can make it vegan. Well, even though I'm not vegan myself, so I don't really know. But maybe it's just optional if you can. But I do know that one, if they have, like, markers, if it's easy, medium, and hard. So, since this is easy, of course I'll definitely make it. Ooh, ocean depth pudding. Ooh, I would love to make that. Even though I wish they put, like, a little Godzilla up here. That would be so cute. Ooh, rocket crash. Definitely inspired by all, like, the spaceship settings from, like, all the Showa era movies. Well, almost all of them. Oh, so now we're moving on to salads and dressings. Or sauces, sorry. Godzilla sauce? Well, even though this is not the first time that we actually seen, like, Godzilla sauce, because I've seen, like, in FYE that they made, like, Godzilla sauces and stuff like that, so not really, like, surprising. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Well, sorry I went through, like, all, like, the other sauces. That's just because, well, I'm not really, like, a sauce and dressing kind of person. But, yeah, that's pretty much all the ones I would make that I'm happy to show you guys. So we got a Mothra menu, so you can make these ones that are Mothra themed. A Godzilla-a-thon, you can make, like, these ones. Well, I wish I had a Godzilla marathon if I wanted to. And an Ebro Horror of the Deep, like, you can make, like, these kind of, like, theme like, stuff, like, for the Pacific movie. And here it is, the last page, and that's it. So that's basically all the stuff that I want to show you guys. Granted, there is more, but I think like those that I showed you are definitely like the most interesting. So I would like to know from you guys, which one of these recipes that you would make if you got this book. I would like to know, and I will see you guys in the next video.